Brent. You'll probably never read this letter or hear me read it in the video I'm going to make. I know you didn't subscribe to my channel. A part of me hopes this message finds its way to you specifically, but mostly I hope it finds its way to guys like you. First off, I owe you an apology. Exactly one, for singling you out in a letter I'm going to put on the internet. Sorry, Brent, it just makes for a really good framing device. On the plus side, only the two of us will know it's you I'm talking about, and it means that you are the least shitty of the dudes who hit on me at work. So you've got that going for you, which is nice. And I can't blame you for hitting on a hot, sporty bartender who likes talking baseball and hockey. I know I would. She just happened to be trans, which I'm sure came as a big shock to you. You're probably pissed that she wasn't more upfront about it. Well, avoiding situations like this is exactly why I give out my Instagram to guys who ask for my number. But you were pretty slick about it, and you know, sometimes I guess I hope for the best in people. Like, look dude, there's no good time to come out to a man who's into me, because I know how this story goes. I don't like to do it at work because I don't want to deal with the inevitable awkwardness and embarrassment there, and it's less of a physical risk to let guys work those emotions out in private. What is an uncomfortable situation for you is a potentially lethal one for trans girls, so we come up with strategies to manage our physical and emotional safety. I'm very used to this by now because I get hit on frequently by cis dudes, and while I'm the first trans woman most of you have met, I have these interactions several times per week. I don't normally text back and forth with someone for 2 days before they clue in though, so that was new. But like I said, I guess I hope for the best in people. You probably feel weird about jerking it to me too, but don't worry, you're definitely not gay for that. I am a woman, and an attractive one. To put your mind further at ease, I was too preoccupied by wondering what your reaction would be to the situation to be jerking it to you. And that's the real rub, because this isn't about sex for me. You're pretty meh, and I get way hotter play than you can conceive of. It's about being seen and respected as a woman, and as a person, regardless of whether you want to fuck me. The thing about physical attraction is you don't have to act on it right away, or all the way. Or at all. It's cool to just develop relationships with people and not have to worry about when you might get to fuck them or might have to fight them. I've been around masculine guys my whole life. I've heard all the fucked up, candid conversations where boys like you say how you really feel about girls like me. I know that even being seen talking to me, let alone doing anything that resembled social acceptance, would cause your entire social circle to ruthlessly question your masculinity and sexuality. I'm sure I don't have to tell you what that looks like or what the consequences are, because we both know you've seen how that plays out. So I totally get why you ghosted me, Brent. You're far from the first, and you haven't been the last. It's better than getting your disgust right in my face. My nuclear option for dealing with aggressive creeps is to imply I have a penis, which, as far as y'all are concerned, is entirely hypothetical, and the mere suggestion of the possibility causes the most spectacular fallout. Sometimes I wish the world would just let me be a girl flirting with a guy at a bar. Maybe a small part of me still yearns to experience a normalized script. But I know better than to expect a Hollywood ending. Hollywood, when it notices people like me at all, is only interested in selling a narrative of trans trauma that is palatable to the marketing demographic with the most disposable time and income. Single men ages 18 to 40. You. I'm totally down to be the cool chick with a killer sense of style who can keep up with the boys, has hot friends, and knows where to find a good party. I like to play sports and go to a bar to watch the game and show up at barbecues and not have it be weird that I'm trans and visibly queer. To just be part of the fabric of the community. And I'm lucky I live somewhere that I'm typically able to do that. I'm awesome. Dude, I get fan mail. And there are so many people who would want to go out and have dinner with me and then have me show them around town. It's that connection you're missing out on, not the getting your dick wet. It's the reason why I'm writing this letter. Even if you don't get this message, I hope it finds a guy who needs to hear it. Making friends with queer people isn't going to turn you gay. It's going to give you a much more complete picture of the rich tapestry of life. I'll even toss a cookie to any dudes getting this far. If you learn to be respectful and accepting of all human beings, in public and private, straight women will be much more attracted to you. You might find the douchiest of your dude friends will bail on you, but I guarantee they aren't worth the trouble. There's a whole world of strong, tough, fun, kind, respectful, and badass humans waiting out here beyond the fetid locker rooms of toxic masculinity. I really hope that you and your friends do find your way out for all our sakes, because the worst elements of the manosphere, the abusers and harassers, queerphobes, misogynists, creeps, sex pests, incels, MGTOWs, and fuckboys, don't respect people who are non-white, non-cisgendered, heterosexual men as human beings. This leads to our exclusion, violence, and frequently death at their hands. The reason we say men are trash is because there is nothing that someone like me can say or do to change that fact, because we're not respected as human beings. So we need dude bros like you to right that sinking ship by excluding that bullshit and including us instead. Mostly you don't. Hence, trash. As I was taking a walk to ruminate on how to end this letter, I was catcalled from the highway across 3 lanes of traffic and a ditch. These fuckboys even took the next exit to come around and ask if I wanted to go with them, as if I'm just going to jump across this ditch, get in a car with 3 strange dudes I know nothing about, as though I had no plans for my day or a life of my own, just so they can go cash, grass, or ass, because they saw it in a porno. This is the behavior I'm talking about. It's creepy as fuck, but if I tell them off, they might turn violent. They'd definitely call me a bitch, and maybe a whore. If they figure out I'm trans, they might just murder me and leave me in that ditch. This is the sort of shit that men need to shame other men for. That may seem like a big request, but you know by now that I still hope for the best in people. In closing, Brent, I hope you get over your insecurities. I hope you get to experience a more inclusive world, and I hope that if you run into someone like me again, you'll treat her with the respect and kindness every human being deserves. Sincerely, and hoping for the best, Foxy. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. This video was based on real events, and I'd love to hear what you have to say, some thoughts on it. So if you do have anything to say about this topic and how dudes treat women and women like me, leave a comment in the comments. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe to my channel. That helps me out in the algorithm. If you want to go a little further, you can check out some of my other work, other videos on this channel. The book that I published last year, Rumble and Grow, which is a sci-fi anthology from trans and queer writers. It's really good. It's on Amazon. And if you want to go a little further than that, you can check out my Patreon. Patrons get access to things like this book, and also the professional writing that I do for film and TV. So if you want to check out the scripts that I am working on and trying to sell in the industry, you can do that. I put them up for patrons when I have drafts done. So there's a couple things up there right now, and movie I finished this year, TV I finished this year, TV show I finished this year. There's a copy of Rumble and Grow. Our next writing project is going to be coming up in the fall, hopefully for Halloween, called Slasher Fic Gothic, which I'm doing with another couple friends. It is gothic horror. It is sexy. It's going to be really fun. And first drafts of that will also be up on my Patreon. So you can check that out at www.patreon.com/Foxxtales. And maybe help me get out of this hellhole of bar that I work in. Thank you so much for your time and your contributions, and I will catch you soon. Bye!